Hello, JJ. I can see
Can you
you now.
see me?
Yes, I can. How are you?
I'm fine. Bit sleepy, bit tired, but I'm fine.
Oh, mate. Aye. You look okay. You look okay. I know you weren't. Well, I know you haven't been too well, but
No, I've been all right. Just had a bit of COVID. When I got back from tour, um, I was sneezing a bit and had a runny nose, so I thought I'd got a post-tour cold. I was advised to be tested, and the guy said, "Yeah, it'll take about half an hour. We'll text you the results." And I was just getting back into the car, and he was rushing after me and said, "You're positive, man."
positive. Oh no,
So
no.
straight, really a good viral load. So I did what you have to do. You have to isolate for 5 days.
Absolutely.
Well, you had to then, and then I went back and got tested positive again.
Oh, how are you? How are you now? Are you out?
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm still a bit sleepy, but it might be my late nights.
Well, getting back and resting a lot, which I think is what we've all done by the sounds of it. It was exhausting, but it was also really quite emotional. I was just finishing off the blog that's going to be posted up pretty soon over the next couple of days, and reading back through it. Even though, I mean, we both know what it's like when you tour. You've been out there for weeks, and then pretty soon, after about 10 days, 2 weeks, everything just starts to bleed into one long thing. You can't remember hotels, you can't remember specific gigs, although you can, you know what I mean? But looking back at it all, it was very emotional, and for me anyway, and I know it was for you. I got back and had the usual, what we call a tour flu, don't we? With the sniffles, and your immune system all of a sudden. Well, I mean, yours especially, it just goes walk, and you're vulnerable to everything. So I had quite a bit of time to ruminate and contemplate and stuff. And I think what we did was really quite amazing, to be honest, without blowing smoke up our own backsides, which I know we're very loath to do. I enjoyed it immensely, and I'm looking forward to the next 2 dates. In actual fact, I wish there was more.
The prospect of doing 24 shows was quite daunting, but it just flew by. And the audience was fantastic.
Yeah.
And the reception was incredible. And you never know how a new person in the mix will be affected and how they'll be viewed. But Toby was accepted almost overnight. I mean, he and why couldn't he? Why wouldn't he be? He's a huge Stranglers fan anyway. As a student, #1 student of Dave. And I remember during the French dates, I thought it was very humble of him. He said, "I can't believe I'm in the best band in the world," which kind of endeared him to me even more. He's playing with absolute total respect all Dave's parts, as if they were classical pieces and not to be messed with,
Yeah.
And it sounded great. He played like Dave played years back, and with total respect for the material. So, and I think that's probably why he was completely accepted. And you have a few people detracting. Obviously, you're always going to have people. But it's not the same.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not the same. The Stranglers never want to be the same.
Yeah.
So sometimes with the same personnel, you might start being the same. That's a nonsensical argument saying it's not the same. No, of course not, and it never will be, and we don't want it to be the same. So the footfall speaks for itself. I think we've had more people come to this last tour than any other tour in living memory. So
yeah,
what's that?
make of that what you will. Yeah.
And we also had support of Pam Greenfield, who endorsed the whole new setup.
For me as well, it was his unbridled enthusiasm, and the fact that he didn't get phased. You know, I mean, you know how we come on from, you and Jim come on from one side, me and Toby come on from the other side, most nights anyway. And I would stand next to him and I'd say to him, "How you feeling?" And he'd just go, give me that old punchy fist pump thing. Just seeing those smiling faces, I mean, looks of disbelief from a lot of people, I think. And just lovely to be able to pay tribute to Dave, in that way. That's what I felt like it was a lot of the time. And I know that when we did the Dave song at the end, there's a couple of occasions where both you and I got a little bit fogged up, and that's because we're human, despite what people may think. So all in all, just magnificent. What you're doing at the minute? How's your? I believe you're undergoing some tuition.
I am, and it's giving me brain fog every day. I'm Louis set up a studio in my music room, but because I've still got my analog hat on, reel to reel, tape to tape, and stuff, that it's learning how to operate the computer side of it, the digital side of it is a bit tedious, but I'm having to go through the routines. I just want it as a sketch. I've got 370 ideas. I need to sketch them out, and then we can throw them back to and fro until I've got that sorted. That's what Louis is here for, actually, to help me, to tutor me through the process.
Well, I look forward to hearing your first magnum opus, and but of course, I'll see you next week anyway.
I'm looking forward to it. We're playing in Cardiff and in Nottingham. I'm really looking forward to that. It's kind of almost the cherry on the top, because we've done the tour and we always miss it when it's done.
Yeah, and we get a chance to go back and do a couple.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 2 more.
Brilliant.
Taster. Great.
Well, I'm going out on the. I'm hopefully, if the weather holds, I'm going to go out on the motorbike tomorrow around the Yorkshire Dales.
Fantastic.
I haven't been on the bike since just before Christmas. I think I went out in December and just about froze me nuts off. So I'm going to go out tomorrow with a couple of lads.
Have you not got the Triumph Nuts
nut warmer?
You can wire it up to the battery so it keeps your nuts warm.
Well, yeah. The thing is, though, when your balls get too hot, it can create all kinds of problems, especially if you're going at 95 miles an hour and you can't stop. But no, I just get nicely wrapped up. As long as it doesn't rain, it can wind, and it can do what the fuck it likes, as long as it doesn't rain and we stay dry. And then
is that some of your mates from the northeast?
Yeah, a couple of pals. There'll be a couple of pals that will go out. We meet up on Scotch Corner, which is a sort of a 50, 60 mile ride for me and a 50 mile ride down for them. We meet in the middle, and then we go off around the Dales, and it's just like, everything disappears. The whole world disappears, and you're just riding around looking at this stunning scenery. Get a cup of tea and a sausage roll somewhere, and it's all good.
Well, I told you about sausage rolls, Mr. Warren.
Go on. What?
Don't have 5 a day.
What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I told you about your sausage rolls.
I had one. Do you know what I mean? I had one sausage roll on the UK tour, and if I remember rightly, somebody bought it for me whilst buying one for himself Who could that have been? Can we remember who that was? And I remember somebody going, "These are really nice, aren't they? Wow, it's fantastic." Jay, listen, enjoy the rest of your week, mate. And
Okay, mate.
And I'll see you. I'll see you next Tuesday evening at a hotel in Nottingham somewhere. Anyway, mate, listen, take it easy. I'll see you next week. Lots of love.
All right.
Cheers.